The day after the Boston Marathon is usually a time for celebration. But this year it was an occasion of grief, anger and defiance as America comes to terms with the deadly bomb attacks that killed 3 people and gravely injured many, many more. Investigators have made some progress in identifying the explosive devices, but who planted them and why remains a mystery. Hayden Cooper was in Boston as morning broke.
Empty and off limits. Boston's streets around the blast zone are sealed off, silent and eerily calm after the trauma of Marathon Monday.
Whoa! Something just blew up!
Today, runners and Boston locals alike paused to reflect.
It was just a war zone.
How are you now?
Thank God I'm safe and my friends are safe, but I think very dull inside and shocked and totally mourning for everyone that was involved.
Today, what typically would have been a celebratory day is much more solemn, as you might expect. As we pass other runners, we typically just give each other a nod. Not necessarily a smile, but a nod.
Everybody was in shock because nobody really thought that something like that would happen here. Everybody was thinking back to 9/11 and how everything felt, and I was only 12 when that happened, but I mean, it was just so surreal, and everybody was just freaked out by it.
A day on, stories of suffering abound, like the death of 8-year-old boy Martin Richard. Next to him, his 6-year-old sister and mother were also seriously hurt.
They played basketball in the driveway, they had friends over, and they were just normal children, and it's a terrible thing to happen, to go to watch something that's supposed to be fun and have this happen. It's a very close-knit community here, and we are all just devastated.
29-year-old Crystal Campbell was also killed. She's cheered on the Boston runners since she was a child.
We are heartbroken at the death of our daughter, Crystal Marie. She was a wonderful person. Everybody that knew her loved her.
Then there's the 2 brothers, both of whom lost a leg in the twin explosions.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Boston's leaders are united in grief and in determination to exact justice.
This tragedy is not going to stop Boston. We are Boston. We are one community, and we will not let terror take us over.
The search for suspects has had little success. Authorities say the bombs were most likely hidden in a backpack.
This morning, it was determined that both of the explosives were placed in a dark-colored nylon bag or backpack. The bag would have been heavy because of the components believed to be in it.
The president offers no false hope.
What we don't yet know, however, is who carried out this attack or why, whether it was planned and executed by a terrorist organization, foreign or domestic, or was the act of a malevolent individual.
With 3 dead, the toll of injured now creeps towards 200. Up to 17 are critical. As investigators pore over the crime scene here in Boston, the city's hospitals are playing their own crucial role. This is one of Boston's oldest, founded by the revolutionary hero Samuel Adams. Now, as well as treating the injured, the doctors here are helping the authorities put together yesterday's events, and they're doing it piece by missing piece.
Very early on, we had federal agencies here and local police investigating that. They have asked us to save the various pieces of shrapnel that have come from patients, and we've done that, and they've interviewed the patients as best as the patients are able to cooperate.
Brian Barnwalt has run the Boston Marathon 3 times himself. As head of emergency, he usually expects patients with dehydration and sports injuries. This year it was different, in scope and in scale.
Like other places, the patients that we saw predominantly had injuries below the level of the knee. So a lot of traumatic injuries there, soft tissue injuries, broken bones, shrapnel injuries into the lower extremities.
But it could have been far worse, and that point alone is a source of strength for some. Are you surprised that only 3 people have been killed in this incident?
Yes, when you look at those explosions on the video, it's really amazing that there have been 3 deaths to date.
The American people refuse to be terrorized, because what the world saw yesterday in the aftermath of the explosions were stories of heroism and kindness and generosity and love.
It's a lot of shock, and there's a lot of good support for everyone. People are coming out and just being supportive. On Facebook, there's a hashtag Pray for Boston. A lot of people are using that, and just coming out and playing guitar and doing things like that. Everyone's really supportive. Just pray for us, keep us in your prayers. We can use it, just be supportive.
Hayden Cooper reporting from Boston.